I'm Eli Saladino.
I'm Kai Swims.
Welcome to the
Walden
Elementary
Morning Show.
Please pause for a moment of silence.
Thank you.
Today is Thursday, March 27th, 2025. On this day in history, in the year 1912, the first Japanese cherry trees were planted in Washington, D.C. Helen Taft, wife of President William Taft, and Viscountess Chunda, wife of Japanese ambassador, planted 2 Yoshino cherry trees on the northern bank of the Potomac River near the Jefferson Memorial. The event celebrated a gift by the Japanese government of about 3,020 cherry trees to the U.S. government.
Here's Jen with today's weather.
The weather forecast for today is sunny with a high of 84, a low of 57, and a less than 10% chance of rain.
Thank you, Jenna. March is provides cooperation. Cooperation is working together to do more than you could have done alone.
This week's science vocabulary definition was rocks formed from pre-existing rocks or pieces of once living plants or animals that have been collected on Earth's surface. The new primary and intermediate science vocabulary champions will be announced tomorrow. Good luck.
The book fair will be here soon, Eagles. You will have the chance to choose from a huge selection of books and other materials from Friday, April 4th to Friday, April 11th. Book fair will be here soon.
Here's your joke for today. What did the chairs say to each other when they got married? I will cherish you forever, of course.
Did you know in 1934 the City Commissioners of Washington, D.C. sponsored a 3-day celebration of the late March blossoming of the Japanese cherry trees gifted to the United States in 1912? The Cherry Blossom Festival is now a popular yearly event. Fascinating.
Today's lunch is baked fried chicken with waffle, Tuscan rotini with turkey meatballs, chicken Caesar salad with garlic naan, crispy garden side salad, Florida fresh corn on the cob.
We would like to welcome Miss Cornish to the show today.
Good morning, friends. How are you? So this morning, if I said to you, think of a famous scientist. Take a minute and think about that. So right now you might be thinking of someone like Thomas Edison or Albert Einstein, but many, many women have been famous scientists. People like Marie Curie, who was a scientist, who was a physicist and a chemist, or Jane Goodall, who was an expert on the lives of chimpanzees, or even Elizabeth Blackwell, who was the first doctor who was a female in the United States. So today I wanted to talk to you about a famous scientist whose name was Sally Ride. And if you look at my picture, you can probably guess what she's famous for. Sally Ride is best known for being the first American female into space. So I thought it would be neat for you to learn a little bit about Sally Ride. So when Sally was growing up, she was born in 1951 in California, and she was a bright student who really loved math and science. And she also really enjoyed sports. So she was excellent at tennis. And when she was finishing high school, she was thinking to herself, I think I might become a professional tennis player. But then when she thought about practicing tennis all day long, every day, she decided instead she was going to use her really great brain to go to college. And she attended Stanford University in California. And in Stanford, at that university, she got a degree in English and in physics. And then she decided that her studies weren't done. She wanted to continue to grow and learn. So she got her master's and then her PhD that gives you a doctorate. So you get to be called doctor in astrophysics. So Sally was really, really bright, and she was great at science and math. And in 1977, she saw in the newspaper that NASA was looking for astronauts. Well, about 8 8,000 people applied to have the job as an astronaut, and 25 of the 8,000 got selected. And guess who was one of those? Of course, Sally Ride was. So in 1979, Sally became qualified to be an astronaut after her training was finished, and she was selected for the Space Shuttle Challenger mission. And so in 1983, Dr. Sally Ride made history by being the first American woman in space. She was the third woman in space in the whole world, but the first in the United States to fly in space. She worked on that mission as a mission specialist, and then she was selected again in 1984 for a second mission on the Space Shuttle Challenger as well. When Sally was done as an astronaut, she continued to work at NASA. She was on a strategic planning team that helped them do exploration for NASA. Where might we go next? And now, we're looking into the skies to see when are we going to be going to Mars. So that's exciting. And after leaving NASA, she continued to learn and to teach. So she worked as a professor at Stanford University, where she had gone to school, and she started her own company that was the Sally Ride Science Company. So she did lots and lots. Like, she wrote books for children. She wrote a book called Mission Planet Earth and Exploring Our Solar System. That's written for kids, and maybe Mrs. Field might have those books in the library. She has 2 elementary schools named after her. So if you are out there, and whether you're a boy or a girl, but you're thinking, boy, I love math and science, and I think it would be so cool to explore space, maybe you'll be like our famous astronaut Sally Ride and decide to be an astronaut. Have a great day, friends.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cornish. That was so awesome. Like, I learned things. I love when you have your history minutes. There are things that I don't even know about these individuals that I learned. So thank you. All right. One real quick thing. Tomorrow is All Pro Dads for the library. So if that's something that you participate in, it'll be in the Media Center. It's early, 6:45, but that's going to happen tomorrow. And then Beat the Bell. Let's go ahead and announce those numbers. If you received if you completed a reading challenge, I'm going to say your name tomorrow. So you will hear it tomorrow, but your name has been added, just so you know. Our student, our Beat the Bell student for today is student number 8. So congratulations, student number 8. You are being selected for being here and on time. Have an amazing day, Eagles. I look forward to seeing you in the library later today. Back to our anchors.
Thank you, Ms. Field and Ms. Cornish.
Please stand for the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This has been Eli Saladino
And Kai Swims.
Unleash Your